Yo, and welcome to Nature with Nate. I'm Nate, obviously, and I wanted to show you all a look at the urban garden that we created here at Prairie View A&M University. And so I'm actually going to walk around and take a look at all the different spots and show you guys exactly, well, tell you guys exactly how did we actually put this together. So the first thing first was that this was actually a compost yard, and it was just absolutely wrecked. It had concrete and weeds everywhere, so we mowed all that down, chopped that, knocked all that stuff down, and then we actually started layering mulch in the center area here where the pollinator plants are. And then we had someone actually order all of these different boxes. So some was from like Home Depot and some other stores like that, Lowe's and whatnot, online. We also ordered these very unique rolling beds here. And these are great for like small porches and backyards where you want to have a couple plants. We ordered some larger beds that will fit on the ground that are raised beds for the pollinator plants. And we actually, all the rest of these wooden boxes and beds we put together by hand with nails and screws and whatnot. And so we had our entire team out here working for around 2 days straight to get this all set up. And I will agree that it looks amazing. So let me go ahead and start the tour with the vegetable section. And so we do have a few vegetables left over, but they want to space everything out just so that it looks really nice. So what we did was we took these, I don't know what the length is, but we took these boards here and laid them down into the ground, dug trenches so that the soil would pile up to keep them steady, and then we put these bricks in the middle, stacked them up, and just fit the boards in between, and that's how we built this bed. So we started with, we just added in the soil here, and the soil was mixed in with these wood chips, so this functions as like a mulch to keep weeds out. We've got blueberry right here, so that's going to bloom up once the season is right, and that's also going to be great for pollinators. We've got cabbage and radishes and all sorts of different vegetables out here. And then I'd say my favorite part of the vegetable section is this bit right here. We've got these, I guess they're wine barrels, and they're all from Jack Daniel's. No, this video is not sponsored. I'm just shouting that out because I thought it was pretty neat that you can use all these different items to build your own garden. And then next, we also have this final piece of the U-shaped bed here. So I think this looks fantastic. And so the way we did this was so we have to dig like a certain spot in order to level this because we wanted it to be straight. There's a little bit of work that needs being done, but for the most part it is pretty level. And then we mixed in several different types of herbs. I believe this is radish. I'm not 100% on that. And we mixed in some herbs and some other types of plants as well. So now I'm actually going to go over to the forestry section where we have our trees. So what we actually did here was we dug up all the weeds and the concrete, laid down the soil, and then put mulch over it, and then planted the plants. Actually, we planted the plants first and then put mulch over it. And we just alternated with different types of plant species. But the most important part is what we have in the back here, which is our fruit trees. So we've got peaches, we've got pears, we've got apples, and we just alternated. And then we put papaya on the end. Let me actually go take a look at that. You can see there's some insects out here already enjoying the fruits of our labor. So let's see. Yeah, so this is the papaya here, growing pretty well. And I will say that looks pretty impressive. So now we're going to go ahead and go to my favorite part, which is the part most of you, I think, will be most interested in. So on the way to that, we're actually going to pass the vegetable boxes here. So we got peppers, we got, I'm not sure what that is. We got tomatoes, and then this is my favorite part. This is our urban pollinator and ornamental garden. So these boxes here are just filled with succulents and some other types of house plants, just to add some color and make it look a little bit put together and just fill up that space. We've got water bottles or water containers here at the end, so these will actually capture rain, and then we can possibly attach hoses and buckets to this and actually use that to capture water. But this is where in my opinion, the star of the show. This is our pollinator garden, and so what we did was we copied the boxes. So what we did was, in this box we've got several different species, including rue there in the middle, and we copy that in that box there. So go take a look. So you'll check out this pattern. We got the red, blue, and white. We do red, blue, and white here as well, and we add in some herbs. And then in the center we have our ornamental cacti, and then we have our rolling beds, which are also red, blue, and white with mums in the middle, just to add in some fall color. And then for these boxes, what we actually did is we used a level. So what we did is we have this long stick, and it's not around here right now because we took all our supplies back, but we essentially make sure it's straight and that all of them are the same length in regards to how far are they apart and how far are they from bottom to top. So we had to add some soil or remove some soil, and then once it rains, the mulch will actually compact, and that will help keep out weeds. And then I'd say the star of the show for the pollinator garden is this here in the middle. So you can see that we have a mixture of our purple salvia, our indigo salvia. We've got some red salvia in there that's still kind of growing. It's kind of weakened. And we've got some sunflower, and that is starting to look really good. And then we've got our butterfly bush here on the end. And so when you have plants like this that you're first starting, one of the things that you want to do, especially if it's on a smaller scale and you have the time to do it, is to water as frequently as possible. Just because they're going to need that to start growing. Once they start getting to a larger size, you can maybe water every other day. That's typically what I do in regards to my gardens, is just water every other day. And that seems to work out quite well. We actually had several different species of butterflies out here. We had giant swallowtail, we had hummingbirds, bees, moths, wasps, spiders. So I would say the pollinator garden is very successful. We're gonna obviously have to water this continually and just continue to let it grow. But that is our urban garden site here at Prairie View A&M University. Thank you for tuning in with Nature with Nate.